one of my lives where I'm going to be making more waist beads, and I will be doing elastic today, not tie on. So I'm going to be using a dark string brown because it looks better than the white string when you are making your waist beads. Like, if you could see the string, it's better that they be a dark color or a color closer to the beads that you're going to be making. And I found these left over, so I'm going to mix them together. This is sort of like a Mardi Gras color, but I'm going to be mixing them all together, and we're going to see how it turns out. So it's like purple, turquoise, a little bit of yellow. These are size 6. And I do have the tie-on thread, this bead spinner, and needles as a waist bead making kit available on my website, craftswoman.com. And I have longer needles, the curved needle, and also the smaller needles. I'm going to go ahead and use the smaller needles because I don't have that many beads left. And I still haven't went bead shopping, so I'm just going to use what I have left over. We'll see what size I'm going to make these. This is not a custom order, so I can make them any size. Then you mix them together with your finger just to, uh-oh, some of them came out. You want to make sure that it's all mixed up because we want this to be a blended color design. So usually when I have the tie-on left over from me cutting off somebody's waist beads, I will try to make a design, like a real, I guess, organized design or a pattern, really more of a pattern. When I have it already on the string, it makes it easier. I don't know if I'm going to do that because I think I'm just going to go ahead and put them in. So this is not really like a waist bead making class. I do have the classes on here for free. I have a waist bead making business class. Oh, the string came out. Available on my website. Also, if you interested in doing vending pop-ups, I have a class on that too. And also some free information on this YouTube page. So please subscribe so you can see all of the videos and hit that notification bell so you can see all of the videos. I'm going to make it a little longer because if you make this too short, it'll start slipping out. I want to put these in. I don't want any color to be dominant in this waist bead strand. So I started making waist beads. I need to get that down. I think it's 10 years. And remember I said this is the better string for the waist beads versus the other. Let me see. Let me show you the kind that I don't like. But I've used it a lot. Greetings, Sister Queenie. How you doing? These, see, like this one right here. I don't like this string because it is harder to tie in a knot. So I made a short video on this about why I don't like this string and I prefer this one. This one, to me, it lasts longer. So it's not that easy to break. Oh, that's the white one. But we're not using white today. So this is the string I don't like. I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. What you gonna do when TikTok is over? Do you think TikTok is really gonna be banned this time? Okay, so I want to mix them a little more because I don't want any color to be dominant. We're gonna see how this looks. It's like a iridescent brown with some Mardi Gras colors. Purple. The yellow is kind of like a yellow gold. And turquoise. Oh, so you don't think TikTok is gonna be banned? Let's see if I can try to see if you can see the design as I make it. TikTok is so powerful. The information I've learned off of there. I started to go live. I wanted to go live on TikTok, but the other phone, the battery is dead, and I'm using all of my charger blocks for these lights, my lamps at the back. I got 2 lights, 1 lamp, and my globe lamp. They're using up all of the plugs right now. Probably should straighten this out, this needle. It's not working good. Dang. I'm looking like a beginner. So people like to wear the stretchy ones if they don't want the commitment of wearing the tie-on ones. I personally prefer the tie-on versus the stretchy for myself, but this is what people like. Some people like the stretchy, so that's what we're going to make today. I wish I had a camera so you can see on top. I need to get one of those cameras. I don't really like that purple with it. Because the purple is it's a matte color and all the other ones are translucent. This is not a typical blend that I like to do. I ain't really liking this. Somebody gonna like it and somebody gonna buy it. I wish I could play some music or somebody talk to me. Oh, thank you. And if you have like teens, this is something, a nice little craft to keep them busy. They could even sell it and make some money off of it. So let your teens know or anybody interested, retired person, disabled person. This is a nice craft to pick up, even if you're not trying to start a business. Let me just straighten this needle out. I should have did this before I got on here. It's not working like I want it to work. Let me get the longer needle. See if it comes out a little bit better. See if this works better for me. So people have different needles that they like to use. As long as it's like an open eye needle, this one is called a curve. A curved eye needle or curved needle. Okay, this one is working a little bit better for me. I usually do good with the short needles. I haven't been making waist beads like how I used to because of the season. I usually make a lot more in the summertime because that's when it's busier, but we're getting ready for Kwanzaa. I have a Kwanzaa event that I'll be vending at next week in Houston. Thank you for sharing the live. I really do appreciate, love that. I'm working to grow this channel. I started on YouTube in 2009 with my candles, talking about candle making. And I abandoned the channel. I abandoned the channel several times. I should have just been consistent at posting videos. But you get discouraged when you're not monetized. Doing all this work for free. So right now I'm committed, especially with the season changing. I'll have more time to be at home and go live. And I went live on my last event that I did on Saturday, my pop-up. So you all can see. I like to watch stuff like that. Hopefully other people will like it. I'm going to go live at the Kwanzaa event. That's going to be nice with the drumming. Yes. Miss Queenie, what you doing today? So you can make this into a bracelet or a necklace or anklet. I have even, yes, I've been doing good. I'm grateful. No complaints. Nothing. Are you still teaching? These will be flying everywhere. Y'all know these bees get everywhere. I remember somebody telling me when they moved, they had a bunch of bees everywhere on the floor that they didn't even know were there. Oh, that's so good. We need people like you. We need teachers like you. What grade are you teaching? I got a flat tire on Saturday, actually at my event. Thankfully, AAA came and changed it. So the man had to get the spare tire out of my trunk, right? When he took that thing out, I didn't even know it existed. I have an SUV. I didn't even know like you could take all that. It's a part that you take out where the spare is. I didn't even know where the spare was. It was so many beads in there. I said, oh, I need to get this vacuum when I get my car clean. It was so many beads down there underneath the back of the card. I don't know what you call that thing that you pick up to get to your spare, that you take out to get to your spare. But I said, oh, I have to clean this out. Like, where all these beads come from? Beads get everywhere. It's just like when you do hair, you know, if you're a barber, even if you, let's just say you cut hair in your house, in the living room or the kitchen, you will find hair in the bathroom. Hair be everywhere. So that's how it is with beads. Beads can get real messy. I find them everywhere. Doesn't matter how much I sweep, vacuum, they still make their way. Okay, so we not measuring this. This is a pretty good size. I think I'm gonna stop here. Oh, I don't have my scissors. Hold on. Let me find my scissors. Found my scissors. They usually stay with my beads. So this is where I'm putting all my beads now. I got all of my supplies in here, except for the scissors. Thank you. So I'm just going to pull it down so that I won't waste too much string. So this is the design, and I'm going to tie it in a few knots to make sure it's secure. And people always have a problem with making a knot, but I'm going to try to start it all over so you can see. You got to make sure these beads don't come off so you wasted all your time and work. So you just make an X. Here's your X. I guess this is a waist bead making class video. 2, 3 is good. 3 knots is good enough. So when you cut this string, you don't want to cut it too close, or it'll come off and you've wasted your work again. So this is probably, it's still kind of small. Probably 31 inches, 30 something. That's the color. That's the design. And I'm going to make another one. I'm trying to use up all of these beads today. I like to use up all of my beads before I go buy some more. Thank you, sister. This is how much beads I have left over, which is so low. I do not like it. It gets difficult when it's just a little beads left. It's not that many left. See how much string I have left out so it won't be slipping out. This one is definitely it's gonna be a little challenging because it's not filled up as much as it was before, so I gotta go in lower, deeper, so that I can get all of these beads. And I'm about to use all of these, and we're gonna see which one is the longest. I do have plus size and petite available, and I do custom orders. So I started this channel because I wanted to focus on the candles, right? Candle making. But I ended up stop making candles because I started making candles when I was childless. So when I became a mother, I found that it was a bit challenging to make the candles. So, and then being in this Texas heat and doing outdoor events, it was too much of a struggle. I know people who sell candles out in this heat. I don't know how they be doing it. Well, I know that you can. I was trying to be on some natural, soy candles and all that stuff. And I think the softer that wax is, it's not going to hold up in the heat. But if you use that paraffin, and they got different additives that you can use to make them more solid to where, or harder to where they can withstand this this weather. I don't know how they be doing it when it gets over 100. And also, I used to make the candles in the glass jars and transporting them. They would get broken. Then I started to do the free pillars, like the freestanding candles. I had one that was a Nefertiti mold, and that one did sell good, but the neck was so small that would break too sometimes. And I just got frustrated. I'm like, I'm done with that. And the waist beads started to sell more, so I focused on that. I still do the body scrubs, sometimes the body butters, but the waist beads is my thing. I do like making them, but when it gets like when my inventory gets low and I'm waiting on some imports from Africa, it can get very tiring and tedious to make all of these waist beads. So I don't know how many I make a week. It really depends on my sales and what I am needing. Like if somebody is saying, I want this color or I need this size, I will make it. But when I have like, oh my goodness, it can be a lot if I really have to get my inventory up and it's me personally making each and every one. For those beaters that only like they don't do any imports, they make all of them, all of their waist beads by hand. Salute to you. I'm not in that group. It's getting pretty low. Let me show you how low it is. Let me see. Oh, this will be a better way for you to see what I have done. Then with that other string, I wouldn't even be able to do it. Like, could I be able? I guess if the string was smaller, that string is pretty thick. I don't even think it'll go in like double because the string is gonna be double at the beginning. That's why I like this one because it's really, really thin, so it's easier to work with. That's why I like this string. So I started the YouTube channel to focus on the candle making, and then I said that I was going to focus on my doula work, do the videos on the birth and all that stuff, and they started flagging the videos, and I know I wasn't saying anything crazy. And I do have 5 books that I published, the Dark One Redemption series. The first one is about womb wellness. The second one, then there's a workbook that goes with the first one. Then the second one is about preparing for pregnancy, postpartum, childbirth. And I have a pregnancy journal for that. And then my last book is the Dark One Redemption 3. That is a guide to fertility, home birth, and lactation. So I overcame infertility naturally on my own, and I wanted to share that with people. I wrote about fertility in my first one, but I hadn't experienced it personally. Every time I wanted to get pregnant, I would get pregnant. But this particular time it didn't happen. So I had to do some cleaning and just a whole bunch of stuff I had to do. And I end up having a home birth unassisted without the help of midwives and doctors. So I talk about that. I talk about in my book just everything I went through during my prenatal period, and also talked about lactation because I didn't talk about it in my second book. Some people are really against breastfeeding. Thank you. But that one is about pumping and extended breastfeeding and weaning and all that stuff. So if you know somebody, okay, we're about at the end. If you know somebody's pregnant and all that stuff, tell them about my books, my classes. Also, if you want to be a doula, I'm doing a doula training in January. It's going to be online. Look how little that is. So I am going to do this by hand, the rest. And I want to bring them out of the bead spinner so that I can grab them easier. See, and you can just see how it's only a little left. See that? So we gonna do it the way I used to do it when I first started, when I didn't know nothing about a bead spinner and needles. This is the tedious part. So when y'all be wanting, I know the last live the lady said that she was selling her waist beads for $5, maybe for wholesale, but we can't sell this one retail for $5 after it done took me almost 30 minutes to make it. And people ask me, how long does it take you to make each one of them? It's different. Like if I had more beads, I would have been finished. But because it's so little, I have to do this one by one. Okay, this one you get these tight. The whole, oh, it is open. Sometimes you get the one, I just popped that open. Sometimes you get these beads that are not open. And I hate when I get a big bag, buy a big bag, and it's a whole bunch of them that don't go in. I'm like, this is a little scammy. But when you get to the end, you'll see a bunch of them broken, the ones that don't even have a hole in it. So I'm usually like looking at TV, catching up on a Netflix series, watching somebody else on YouTube when I'm making my waist beads. It really does help the time go by fast. So I really don't pay attention to how long it takes me. But the most waist beads that I've done in one day has probably been about, I don't know, maybe 15. That might be pushing it. But my goal when I really need to get up on get my inventory up, my goal would be like 10 a day. If I got a big event coming up and I know that I need to get get my get my get my designs together, I just gotta work. Then I think from all the years of me doing nails, working in corporate America, that wrist, mm-mm, it be hurting. So I don't be wanting to do this too much. I need my hands to write, to cook, to do other stuff. So I don't like to just be doing this all day, every day. I don't know how the girlies do it, but this can get tedious. See, doing this type of stuff. And I started out doing it like this. And I didn't even have this better string. I had that thicker one. And I know it's another way that people do it where they put all the beads down and they just, nope, I'm never doing nails again. I need to do a video on that. Totally retired. I was doing nails for over 20 years. And I got stories. I met a lot of great people, I can say that, but it's not good for you health wise with inhaling, the fingernail polish, the acrylic, all that. So that's not bad as far as like the broken ones that is left over that I can't use. Yep. And we need more black nail techs. We need good nail techs. These, oh, I can't even get my nails done because these people do not know what they're doing. And they unsanitary. If y'all only knew, I have worked at Asian salons. They are so nasty. Oh my goodness. It's so nasty. It's unbelievable. I was working at this nail salon. It was so upscale. They had a piano in there in a really rich neighborhood, if you know, Allen, Texas. I was in Allen, Texas, working for some people from Thailand. You know the thing that they scrub on your feet? The the metal thing, I forgot what it's called, but it's even illegal. You're not even supposed to use it. But microblade, that's what it's called. You know that they would just rinse that off, not even with soap. They would just rinse that off. No type of sanitation or nothing, and use it on the next person. Yeah, but you got to be clean even though you're doing natural. I don't even want to smell the polish. And then the posture is messes up your back, your arm. carpal tunnel. It's just not a good long-term career, even though I made it that. So let's see how long it is. And then when you put your feet in that water, like the tub, the spa. Oh, it does look cute. When you put your feet in the spa, they don't even clean that off. They just put the plastic bag down and you put your feet in. I know. It's better to get the ones, they just be dirty. And I mean, you're dealing with people's skin. It's nasty. I'm going to do a video on that. Why I stopped doing nails. So this is it. This is what we did today. This is all I'm going to do today as far as waist beads. I need to go buy. I have no more beads left over. I need to go and buy some more beads. So when I do it again, I'll let you know. Now let me see. How do I get off of here? I'm new to live. This is what, my 5th or 6th one within a few years. All right. Thanks for joining.